Welcome to Eat Well with Parkinson's. We are so excited to have you here. Thank you for our first ever Eat Well with Parkinson's TV show here at LTV in East Hampton. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Paula.
And we are going to be your hosts today. Eat Well with Parkinson's is a nutritional and cooking program. Our goal is to provide to all of you, our live audience here with us today, as well as all of you watching from home, important nutritional information about how to eat well and live well with Parkinson's disease. What's our topic today, Paula?
Today we are focusing on the Mediterranean and Mind diet, which is a diet that is combined Mediterranean with the DASH diet to look at how to prevent neurodegeneration. One of the things we worry about in Parkinson's disease is neurodegeneration, which is breakdown of the support of the brain and the nerves, including the vagus nerve. So one of the things we try and do is we try and understand which foods are beneficial to help with delay progression or help with management, and which foods are harmful that we want to try and minimize.
So before we get to all of that, I just want to let our audience know that each episode we will share important nutritional information, and we're going to delve into some of the topics Paula just mentioned. But we are also going to share and create delicious, easy, and nutritious recipes.
Tasty as well.
Tasty, very tasty, yes. So you mentioned a lot just then. We're going to talk about the Mind diet, the Mind diet today?
It's the Mediterranean Mind diet combined, because
Okay.
there's a Dr. Mishley out of Washington State that did some research on Parkinson's patients, and she looked at over 1,000 patients, and she looked at what foods caused the progression of disease and what foods did not cause progression of the disease. And when you look at that list of the foods that are beneficial to promote health with Parkinson's disease, you see a colorful mixture of fruits and vegetables. You see healthy whole grains, healthy fatty fish, lean proteins. And when you look at the Mediterranean diet, all that is part of the Mediterranean diet, because the Mediterranean diet is focused on healthy living and the colorful fruits and vegetables. When you combine the Mind diet, that looks at trying to get in certain number of portions of the healthy food. So we want you to eat bright greens every day, we want you to eat vegetables every day, and we want you to eat healthy fats every day, like extra virgin olive oil. So when you put the two and two together, you see that great bounty to help support you. And the other thing about the Mind diet that's very interesting is it talks about foods to avoid that that cause complications and cause stress in the body. And those are things like processed foods. So the Mind diet also tries to get us away from processed foods, additives, dyes, and preservatives.
So it sounds like this is good information for everybody, not just people living with Parkinson's disease as well.
Yes, and I feel like we also talk about so much here today that we're also going to send you back to our website, because we've written all this down for you as well. So there's nothing to remember. It's just remember, hey, this is fun, this is delicious, and this is what we're doing with all the colorful fruits and vegetables.
That's great. Should we get started?
Sure.
What are we making today?
So today we're making a dinner meal. We're making some fresh chicken, and we're going to make a chicken roll-up with the spring vegetables. So we like to try and shoot towards 30 vegetables a week. That sounds a little bit overwhelming, or 30 plant-based ingredients for the week. So we like to try and say, okay, we're going to have at least 3 today. We're going to have fresh asparagus, fresh colorful carrots, and fresh scallions to our meal.
So before we get started, you bring up a really good point. I noticed that some of the vegetables we're eating today are seasonal. And I know that you've worked really hard to work with East End Food to bring in local seasonal foods into our recipes and into the kitchen today. Can you talk a little bit about why that's important and why we want to do that?
Okay, so seasonal and local is the best to get, because you know the nutrition and nutrients are the most active in these forms. And when we look at the seasonal, we're looking at how nature created the seasons, how nature created our circadian rhythms, which is how our bodies function and flow, and we want to support that as much as possible. Also, when something travels from California, it loses its nutrition because the vitamins and minerals aren't as strong as they are when they're freshly picked. So when we say seasonal and local, we want you to have things that are seasonal and local, that are fresh picked from the farm stands or from the area.
We have a a lot of amazing local food sources here on the east end of Long Island, some really incredible farms and farm stands in the area.
Yeah, and it's great because we have this great relationship with East End Food Institute, but we also just, the more we talk about it and the more we show you how easy it is to get, then we realize how delicious we can make and colorful we can make our meals.
That's great. Sorry, I just noticed that I wasn't in the screens. I moved a little bit closer to you.
You can stand right next to me.
Should we get started cooking?
Yes.
I'm so excited. This looks great.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm going to, actually, I'm gonna do this first. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to have Sarah help me here, because sometimes it's
Okay.
easier to talk and do things at the same time.
I'll be your sous chef.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just use 2 chicken cutlets. So these recipes are usually set up for 2 people or about 4 servings. So today we're gonna make 2 chicken cutlets and show you how easy it is to make. So one of the things you wanna do is you wanna give a little bit of flavor to the chicken cutlets, and you wanna have nice thin cutlets so they can cook a little bit in the pan, brown in the pan, and then we're gonna put them in the oven.
So one of the questions that came in before our show started today, Paula, and I think now it's a great time to ask it. You know, we hear a lot about organic, free range, different words like that, but it's not always possible to shop local at farm stands or to buy organic foods because it's expensive. Do you have recommendations for all of us on what foods we should maybe prioritize when it relates to organic foods or local foods, and which foods maybe we don't have to worry about so much?
Okay, well, I look at it 2 ways. If you can't get something organic, then I still want you to eat in fruit and vegetable. I don't want you not to eat fruit and vegetables if you can't get organic, because that's not really the point. The point is to get the healthy fruits and vegetables in that have the healthy vitamins, minerals, fibers, antioxidants, polyphenols, and when you get those in, that's what's supporting the body. The difference is the organic sometimes and non-organic sometimes puts a little bit more pesticides that we don't really want in our food and our body, or some extra hormones on how the food is processed. So it's beneficial to have organic, but it's not always necessary, because we want you to eat, we want you to eat healthy, and we want you to have a good appetite. And if you're going to avoid something because it's not organic, that's not really the answer. So one of the things I also look at is we have a list called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15 that focuses in on that healthy, what foods, you want to rub this on there?
I do. Can you just tell everybody what's in here?
Yeah, okay, so I put a little bit of olive oil together with some salt and pepper and garlic, and we're just gonna
Pepper.
season both sides of the
Okay.
chicken, just to kind of get the heat,
Got it. I can
get
sort of
a little
show
bit more
people
flavor
here.
in it.
I love the smell of garlic when it's cooking with
Okay.
butter or oil.
So there's this list called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15 that focuses on which foods. The Dirty Dozen is the ones that if you're going to buy organic, that you should buy organic, and the Clean 15 is one of the foods that are thicker skinned, that are grown differently, that don't really necessarily need it. But again, the message is eating the fruits and vegetables to try and get that Mediterranean diet and get all the good nutrition in.
Maybe we can put that list on our website and people can find the recipes. If we can just put the QR code up, you can find our recipes there. We'll put this list for the Dirty Dozen perhaps,
Okay.
as well as a list of veggies that people can shop for seasonally.
Okay. So now, while this is heating up, maybe we should go to our
Oh, our surprise.
our surprise.
Oh, this is so exciting. So we mentioned at the beginning that we are aiming to provide recipes that are easy, quick, and nutritious. And that that's true for our main course, but also for our sweets, because we like to have treats as well.
Okay.
So Paula, yeah, go ahead.
So 1 minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the vegetables inside the chicken, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So we have very thinly sliced asparagus, carrots, and scallions. So those are our flavorful vegetables. And now Sarah's going to tell you about our surprise.
Or believe it or not. So Paula created a delicious dessert, and it has a secret ingredient in it, which I will give a spoiler. It's healthy and it is good for you. And there are no refined sugars in this dessert. So we made this dessert and we shared it with some of our colleagues to see if they could guess what the secret ingredient was and to see if they believed that it was actually a healthy sweet option. So let's see what they had to say.
Mmm,
Delicious.
it has black beans and medjool dates in
Get
it for
out.
the sweetener.
Delicious.
Do you still like
Unbelievable.
them?
Yes, I love it. Thank you. Yummy.
We wanted to tell you that they have black beans and medjool dates for the sweetener. What do you think now?
They're even better. Can I have more?
Let me try.
What do you think?
Fantastic.
Okay, so they're nice and fudgy, and it actually is black beans in there and medjool dates for the sweetener. What do you think about them now?
I still love them, and now that I know they're healthy, I really appreciate them.
Okay.
Okay. First ingredient, love. I don't know what the emulsifier is. It's good though.
Okay, it's actually black beans and medjool dates.
Really?
Let me know what you think.
Great.
Secret ingredient is actually black beans and medjool dates and cocoa powder and chips.
Wow. Ooh, very chocolatey.
Okay, do you like it?
I like it. It's really good.
Now I'm going to tell you the secret ingredient is black beans and medjool dates and chocolate chips and cocoa powder.
Okay. That's cool. It's really good. I do like it.
Oh, great.
It's very like has like a fudgy.
That's what
type
the
of
aim is.
texture.
Good.
Coconut, huh?
Yes.
Mmm,
What do you think?
that's really nice.
It's
Very
actually
nice.
all healthy ingredients. It has black beans and medjool dates,
Oh
cocoa
wow.
powder, and chocolate chips.
Very nice. Yeah, well done. Seriously.
I'm glad
Real
you
good.
like it.
Mm-hmm.
And they really are delicious, and our live audience can sample some at the end of the show today. We hope you enjoy them. And the recipe is on our website, so you can get it there and make them at home. Should I share the, you can see them here.
So this is what we looks like. They're delicious
Yes,
and they are very
Yeah,
healthy for you. Okay, so I just wanted to go back to the chicken because I just wanted to show you how colorfully beautiful this looks in terms of the colors of the vegetables. And like I said, we want to try and get the colorful vegetables from the rainbow in at as many meals as possible throughout the day, and shooting to try and get that, 5 to 6 a day, so you can shoot to get 30 a week. Okay, so these 2 chicken breasts we're going to just roll up, and we're going to secure them with nice toothpicks to kind of hold it together. And if you can just stir that, we're going to start making our lemon sauce. One of the things I get concerned about with patients with Parkinson's disease is sometimes their mouth is dry, sometimes they feel like it's a little more difficult to swallow. So you always should have a nice flavorful sauce to go with your meat, your meals. Because sometimes that extra smoothness, the extra moisture really helps you swallow a little bit easier. So today we have a really nice lemon sauce, and we're going to lemon garlic sauce that we're going to put together for you as well. Okay. And so what we're doing with the chicken, I'm just securing them so they don't fall apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to start cooking them in the pan, and then we're going to transfer the whole pan right into the oven to try and get that brown. We're going to brown on each side, and then we're going to transfer in that oven to get that final cooking of the vegetables and the final cooking of the chicken. Okay, so Sarah, you could put the little bit of the garlic in, not all of that garlic.
Not all of it, so
Just
we're
a
putting
little
in
bit.
about.
Oh wait, actually put the garlic in, and then you're going to put the flour in. And we're going to make like a roux, which is a nice velvety, creamy way to make a nice smooth, savory sauce.
Should the flour go in now?
Yeah, you can put the
Okay.
flour now, and you want to put the flour
it?
in. Yes, all
So
of
we've
it.
got couple tablespoons.
2
of
tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
So my general recipe is 2 tablespoons flour, 2 tablespoons of butter, and then 2 cups of the chicken broth liquid. So you get a nice liquid. What you want to do is you want to brown this a little bit, and that helps a little bit of that caramelization come out and gives it a little bit of good flavors. Okay. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in the pan, and we're going to just start browning them a little bit. Okay.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Okay. And the goal is really to have about 3 to 4 minutes on each side just to kind of get those delicious flavors going, okay?
Do I put all the broth in?
Yes, you could put all the broth in.
Okay, so we've got almost 2 cups of broth.
Yes. Okay. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna season the broth and you're going to let it thicken. Okay. You can use the
Little bit of-
whisk there as well.
Ooh,
that
I
you have.
love that.
You wanna try and make sure you don't have any lumps, but lumps just means home cooking, right? So while Sarah is mixing up that sauce, I just want to show you this tool that I have because I like to try and make things simple. And sometimes when you are cooking, things are not so easy to use your hands. So this is a little, it's called an ulu knife. And this is a knife that is very popular in Alaska for cutting up the animals and the fish. But the reason why I like it is because it actually has a rocker. And it's a rocker blade. So it's not using a heavy knife, but you have kind of this rocking sensation. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our parsley and we're going to cut it up because this will be in our final garnish and in our sauce. Okay, so I took my gloves off, but my gloves are dirty. So we're going to use this for demo purposes. So one of the things I would like to do is just show you how easy this is to use. And these are simple. You can get these on Amazon. Not that I'm trying to promote anything. But what you're going to do is when you have the item that you want to cut, you're just going to push it towards, and you see the rocking motion really just helps.
Should I flip
Yes.
them over?
Yeah, you might need to use the spatula. I abandoned my chicken to show you this. So you see how nice that is? It's nice and easy to have that rocker sensation. You can use this for nuts. You can use this for seeds. You can use it for any vegetable that you're trying to get.
That's
And you
really
can
good.
also use it to cut up your vegetables and even just to cut your pizza or your sandwiches. So it's really nice because it really is very easy to use. Okay.
I'm going to put this up a little bit.
Okay. So again, we're just browning them 3 to 4 minutes on each side.
Okay.
Sarah's making the sauce nice and thick, and we already have some sauce here as well. So once they're cooked for 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to put them in the oven with some tin foil.
I have a couple questions for you.
Okay. I'm going to sneak by you to get my tin foil out.
Can I ask away?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
One is you talked about a preferred list of foods to eat, and you were talking about trying to get 30 vegetables a week, different colors, leafy greens. You mentioned nuts, healthy fatty fish, and then you mentioned foods that we should try to avoid as well. What are some of those foods?
Okay, so the foods that we were trying to avoid is anything that's highly processed. And how I like to think of it is 2 ways. One, if your great-grandmother wouldn't recognize it, then it shouldn't be eaten. And the other one is if there's a lot of ingredients, the more than 5 ingredients on a label, then I would say I want you to really stay away from it. Because the more ingredients and the more they take away from a whole food. So a piece of broccoli is a whole food. When we take this broccoli and we manipulate it to be small pieces and we put some cheese sauce on it or we put some salt on it and we want to preserve the sauce and let it last in the freezer until you're ready to eat it or get it from the grocery store. They put a lot of additives, preservatives, dyes, and flavors in it and fillers in it to make it taste great, but those are things our body doesn't need. Our body needs fresh, whole foods. And when we have the ability to make anything you can possibly make and make it last and eat whenever you want it, we kind of take away from that whole, fresh value of the food. And those are the things that could cause neurodegeneration, and those are the things that could clog our arteries, and those are the things that give us different tastes and flavors. We need to stem back and taste foods as they're naturally tasting and naturally delicious. So I'm going to cover this with foil,
Okay.
and then I'm going to put it in the oven.
And should I add, is this ginger that's going in, the lemon
that
zest?
is
This
lemon zest.
Lemon zest. Looks amazing.
So we have some lemon zest for the sauce, and we have some lemon juice, because you want to have that nice spring tart flavor, and that's what lemon really does. It brings out tartness, and it brings out a bright, healthy flavor.
Can those go in now, Paula?
Yes.
All of it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it in the oven. Okay.
I'm going to give you a hand here.
And this is like the magic of TV.
TV magic. I wish I had that at home.
I know. Okay. So,
Oh, that looks so good.
so here we have two beautiful chicken spring roll-ups. We have the healthy, colorful carrots. So if you zoom over here, we can look at this too. So we have the healthy foods that we created for you. It's delicious, and what you would do is you would put this nice sauce on top. Our sauce is still thickening, so we're going to use our side.
But it smells delicious.
Okay.
Very lemony.
Okay.
Oh, that looks incredible.
Okay.
How long do you cook them for?
Okay, so you brown them on each side for 3 to 4 minutes. You cover it with tin foil, seal it nicely so the vegetables can steam, and then you're cooking it for about 15-20 minutes until the chicken is completely done.
Covered with aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil.
And what temperature should the oven be at? I know ours is a little bit lower, but what should
It should be at 350.
Okay.
Okay, and then if you could
Can you
just get
spoon?
that spatula, even just, sorry, the ladle, maybe.
You
the
got
ladle. Okay, so we're just gonna put this sauce on top of it.
That's so good.
Okay, so this again brings that bright lemon flavor, the springtime to the asparagus. You'll have to take the sticks out of the
chicken.
chicken, so you don't have a problem. Okay.
And Paula, we're nearing the end of our first show. Can you believe it?
Wow.
We did it. Thank you. But I have another question. I want to get to this last question
Okay.
before we run out of time. One of our audience members actually wrote in before the show and asked, is it okay to enjoy 1 or 2 drinks when you're on your Parkinson's medications?
Okay, so medications is something that we very strongly want you to go back to your doctor. So your doctor knows your whole picture, and your doctor knows everything about what medications you're on. I think alcohol has a very good ability to calm us down, but it also can sometimes interact with our body in ways that we don't really want to have that in our body. So, and we read a lot of research about how wine is beneficial because wine has very high antioxidants with it, but there's also great antioxidants in olive oil and fruits and vegetables. So it's really a personal decision that you and your doctor need to make as your healthcare team. Okay. So we're going to put this right in the middle so you can see it, and we're going to bring up our fudge balls. And it's interesting, when we talk about healthy eating.
Maybe we can get a view from, yeah, look at that. That looks so beautiful.
Okay. When we talk about healthy eating, we really try and we want you to enjoy eating. We want you to enjoy the flavors. Sometimes with Parkinson's disease, we have to make sure we have a good appetite, or we have food that's very enticing. So I encourage all people and all healthcare partners to kind of really try and embrace this colorful movement and this Mediterranean mind diet. Because when we look at the research behind the Mediterranean diet, it looks at living to 100. And we look at the mind diet, it looks at supporting our mind and preventing neurodegenerative delay. And these are the 2 things that I want you to think about, because this is so critical to happy, healthy living. And our program is really Eat Well for Parkinson's disease. So we want you to eat well and be
And live well.
And live long.
Yeah, and our next topic, that's a perfect segue, is focusing on brain health specifically and recipes that will promote brain health. Isn't that right?
Yes, we were calling it Power Foods for Parkinson's disease, because we're trying to just make a nice list of foods that you can find in the local area, trying to support your body in all aspects of it to keep you healthy, but also really trying to support your mind and really promote that health and well-being. We want you to be happy and healthy and eating, and that's the whole point.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been so much fun. I hope you try our recipe. Let us know what you think of it. In addition, if you would like to join us, if you have nutrition questions for Paula, or you would like to access the information that she shared today or any of our recipes, go to our website and visit us. And we also would love your comments, so please be in touch.
Okay.